Welcome to my video on 3I Atlas, an interstellar visitor. On July 1st, 2025, a new object was found that was moving rapidly through our solar system, and it was discovered by the Atlas Observatory in Chile. And that's why the title here, 3I, stands for the third interstellar object / Atlas, means it was discovered by the Atlas Observatory there in Chile. So this is the third confirmed interstellar object. Now, if we look at this object is going to be coming into the solar system closer. It's moving at a very high rapid rate of speed. It comes in through Jupiter, through Mars. It's going to come into the inner solar system. Late October, it's going to reach its closest to the sun, but it's not going to touch the Earth. It's nowhere near the Earth, but it's moving at a very high rate of speed. And next year, it moves out of the solar system altogether. On July 21st, 2025, Hubble took an image of this object, and it started to appear more comet-like. It's got a diffuse coma around it, so people are really starting to believe it is a comet now. And they did some spectroscopy on it, and they figured out it has a very high ratio of carbon dioxide to oxygen, one of the highest they've seen. And some other abnormalities in the spectra indicates that as a nickel was detected with no iron, which is unusual, and other elements detected. So the consensus is it has a very unusual spectrum, meaning it's not your typical comet. On the 27th of August, the Gemini Observatory in Chile took an image of it, and they noticed a comet tail. So it's starting to develop a little tail, which is indicative that is a comet. So I think most people believe now it is a comet. But now the question is, where does this thing come from? And they've done a projection on the top, looking down on our Milky Way galaxy. And what they can determine is it probably comes from the same region where the sun is orbiting around the outside of the galaxy. And so it's from very old material, probably 7 to 14 billion years old. So it's not standard material from our solar system. And so initially when this came out, people were doing all kinds of crazy speculations about what this thing might be, because this is only the third object we've seen that coming in from outer space, literally outside the solar system. So there's been a lot of speculation, but I think now the consensus is evolving down into it is a comet, even though a very unusual comet. So we're going to continue to observe this, and later this year it may be observable to the naked eye through a large backyard telescope. You know exactly where to look, but it's not going to be naked eye. It's not going to come that close to the Earth. You're not going to be able to see with binoculars. But it is a very interesting object that we'll continue to monitor and see what's going on. Maybe we can learn a little bit more about the world outside of our solar system. So keep looking up, and thank you for watching.